Hello, Libra. This is Jeffrey, Ripecolor, and I'm going to do a short and sweet. After I say that, of course, it's going to be 40 minutes for you. Mid-September. Today is the 14th. Right on time. Anyway, away we go. Lovely outside. I hope you're enjoying the weather if you're having good weather. If you're in California and Oregon, this too shall pass. So, 3-card reading. Okay. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. But actually, here we go. Okay. Now, you're the ultimate as a Libra. Without my glasses. I could make it more dramatic if I do like that with the shadow. Okay. Okay. So you have your opposite, actually, which is Aries, coming up. So the Emperor is all about making a plan. The Emperor is all about being in charge. I always feel like this is Solomon. I always feel like this is King Solomon. Wisdom and compassion, right? He's the opposite of Libra. He's ruled by Mars. So you're ruled by Venus. The opposites in all the signs really have a lot more in common than one would think. All the opposites are true in the horoscope. So I think this has to do with your feeling, but with your home, with how you're living, with maintaining balance, being secure. This could also mean a marriage, right? A celebration. Also, fours are always about stability. Fours are always about, think of a chair with 4 legs or a table, the 4 directions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. 4 is very much of this realm, of the physical realm. It's very solid and stable and balanced. And then you have this very not happy card. The way it seems to me is that 3s also, in fact, are all about creativity. 3s are all about creativity. So let's try to twist this into the right direction. I feel like, especially if you're sharing a home or any sort of, it could even be a business, a space, it could even be neighbors in a way, the family, even if you're not living with them. There has to be some sort of balance struck. Either you have to let the one who's in charge be in charge, okay, right? He's really happiest when he's in charge. And he's good at being in charge. He's the Emperor. He's really good at he starts the zodiac. He's really good at being in charge. He's really good at action, at thinking things through. It's a very kind of mind-oriented sort of card. He holds a staff of power. He's got the rams, so he's able to be forceful. He's got cool boots. I love his boots. Aren't his boots great? Look at those boots. Aren't those fantastic? And they look like they're metal, but they have all this, whatever. Interesting. You know, I never noticed this. He has this ball in his hand, right? So it's sort of like spirit and authority. Fascinating. Great card. If there are too many cooks in the kitchen, it ain't going to turn out right. So you need to it's either you or someone else at the time we're living in. This is not the time to fight. This is not the time to be right. This is not the time to, I told you so. This is not the time to, it's the time to cooperate. It's the time to cooperate. Because I feel like if there's no cooperation, if you don't let a certain person or entity be in charge of something, and you know it's all a mishmash and it's all everyone states their opinion but nothing gets done. If you allow it to like disintegrate into that, then you're going to be very unhappy and very miserable. And everyone, we all have our gifts and our skills, and your great skill, honestly, is to maintain the balance. Your great skill is to negotiate. Your great skill is to be the diplomat, right? To see it from both ends, to be fair, right? To be balanced. So I feel like you might be really called upon to be the mediator this month, to allow you know, or accept that someone else is in charge of a situation and allow them to be. Or maybe you're the one who's in charge. But what I'm really feeling, though, the important thing is to maintain equilibrium, to maintain peace. You know, it's a very, very hard time that we're all going through, all of us, on one level or another. Nothing is stable. Nothing is really secure. And none of us know what tomorrow is going to bring. And, you know, it's financial and it's everything. Health, the planet, la, 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 you know, and it's not like, oh, like this one country, one area of the world where things are really, it's like, no, this is a worldwide thing. So wherever you're watching from, you know, strive toward balance, strive toward equilibrium, strive toward peacemaking, strive toward peace. It's, you know, to have the last word, or, you know, you're right and I'm wrong, and all that. It's just strive toward peace. I think if you keep that in your head and in your mind and in your mind's eye, and you are soothing and kind and fair, and are able to see things from a larger perspective. And it's kind of like the situation we're in with the government, right? It's like no one is taking the mantle to say, okay, this is what we're going to do. I mean, you don't have to agree, but at least we're doing something, as opposed to nothing. So even if it's not like the perfect action, it's an action. It's an action. So, because to disagree and fight and nothing's going to get done. So it's either you have to take the action or someone around you that you need to sort of sit back and let them take the action. That is the way things are going to happen. That's the way things are going to happen. Because if not, I think it's going to lead toward an unhappy situation. The other way, I also have on the board 2 4s. Emperor is a 4, and the 4 of Wands is obviously a 4. 4s are all about stability, right? So you have this real energy of stability, and then it comes into creative mode because the 3 is creative. So maybe there are 2 parties involved that they both have their idea of what stable is, and maybe the 2 of them can combine. I like the way I'm using my fingers today. The 2 of them can combine and give birth to something creative that everyone gets a little piece, right? It's kind of like, let's say you're living with somebody and you both have to, let's say you're both working at home and, there's not really enough room for both of you to work at home. Can we take a piece of this room and give it to one and then give the other a piece of another room? Or can we do it in shifts? Or it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. Get creative with I guess what I'm trying to say is have a vision of both parties getting what they want, right? Of both or getting part of what they want. Because this can be a tyrant too. So you can't let the tyrant, if there's a tyrant in the house, then you're not going to have this. So meet in the middle. It's a very meet in the middle sort of energy. Okay? That's what I'm getting, because I want to, you want to avoid heartache. You want to avoid, feeling hurt. And you also, I think it's, it's best if you avoid hurting others as well. It's always best if we all, leave. I mean, maybe we're not all satisfied, but there's a difference between being rude and being cruel, right? So there's no need for sharpness with the tongue. And it's not your way anyway. You're Venus. Venus doesn't want to do that. Venus just wants to make love and look in the mirror. That's all Venus really wants to do. And she's really good at it. She's like super good at it. She's so good at it that like she had an affair with everybody. Lucky Venus. So I feel like, you know, strive for the balance. Strive for everyone to be somewhat satisfied. You know, it can't be, you know, everyone's always happy. You know, it can't be everything to everyone all the time. Like, you know, you can have that kind of, you can, you know, write a book if you want about it. You could, you know, do one of those movies where everything ends happily ever after. Well, that's nice. But, you know, we're living in the world, not in a movie. So, I think you're up for it. I think you're up for the, I think you're good at this. You're good at this. This is, you know, you're the mediator. You're really good at this. You're good at like bringing things together and making them work. You're good at it. So you're being called upon, basically. You're being called upon. And you're up for the challenge. And go and do it, you know? And you're a wordsmith. You can very much be the wordsmith. You're very good at that. So use that talent, you know, to soothe, for a balanced house, for peace, for celebration, for calmness, you know. That's my take on the end of, well, the middle to the end of September. It's so funny. It's like, well, I need to know an exact date. I don't have an exact date. It's Tarot. I don't have an exact date, you know? It's like, yeah, I set my intention. What happens is what happens, you know? That's why I'm a good cook. That's what makes me a really good cook. I put the ingredients together and it's like, oh, it's a little more tomatoey than it was last week. It's like, oh, yeah, isn't it? Blessings to you. If you'd like to have a private reading, press the like, subscribe, share, press the bell so you get notifications. If you'd like to buy a handmade t-shirt, a handmade scarf, I'd be more than happy to sell it to you. Send it off in the mail. The mail is still working. And blessings, and enjoy September. And if your birthday is coming up, happy birthday to you. And if you want to look 10 years younger, then you're 10 years younger. If you want to look 10 years older, then you're 10 years older. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. There you go. It's magic. It's magic. Well, you know, I'm 80, but I look 50. Yeah, yeah. I'm 15, but I look 16. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Blessings. Have a good rest of September, and I'll see you soon.